is.
All right. So I have someone that wants to do construction. So who do I have the pleasure of speaking with right now?
No, it's the me, the real me.
The real you.
The me.
When you say now you know better than that. How often have I chatted with you?
What, all the time?
All the time.
Well, no, not really. No, because I really don't like. I don't know. I love being down here, but I don't. But Sandy just came home, so he's on a sugar.
Right.
So I probably won't be here much longer. See what kind of mood he's in. Well, he just came back from his friend's house that died.
All right. Why? What are you doing? You ask me what I'm doing. What are you doing?
Drinking. Shouldn't be drinking.
I freaking drank yesterday. I drink one day a week, and yesterday was it. I offered to come up there and drink with you, but you said that Sandy's not in a good place. So
yeah, no, it's not. It was actually kind of cool. We had
so were you present for that big to do in the yard yesterday with the yard and the waves and those angelic beings coming down?
I technically wasn't present, but I was keeping an eye on it.
So when you say you were keeping an eye on it, were you able to visually watch it?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. But the squirrels are back in the yard now.
Are they really?
Yeah, I had to go out and feed them this morning. The 2 black squirrels, 2 gray squirrels. Matter of fact, there was just one out there again. And they came out and got their nuts and everything. I was like, wow, I was wondering.
Right.
I knew something was wrong because they weren't coming to get. I was leaving them nuts and they weren't coming to get them.
So that's pretty wild how they're in tune with spirituality. That's really wild.
It was crazy. I was like, holy smokes.
Right.
Kind of good because I was getting tired of going all the way to the oak tree. It was cold in the morning.
Oh, so what was the song you guys woke up to today?
I don't know. I didn't, which is, I don't like that.
Well, did you wake up in that vessel this morning or did someone else?
Yeah, no, I did. I don't. But I woke up thinking about peppers and eggs. So I was thinking about food. And I made peppers and eggs this one. It came out delicious.
Because number one loves to wake up with a song every morning.
Yes, I do. Makes me a happy camper. I wish they would stop playing so much REM today.
You wish what?
They're playing a lot of REM today. Not that I don't like REM, but...
Well, there is always another station, right?
Oh, no, I got the classic rock one on. So, it's working. And now classic rock is playing freaking Metallica and oh my god, Rage Against the Machine. I'm like, seriously? And then I gotta do the math. I'm like, oh crap, we are getting old. That is a classic rock now.
So where were you before you came to her?
You're talking to the one.
Which one?
The me.
Oh, really? How could you prove that you're the one?
I just said bacon.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Egg. I did not hear you say that.
I was like, bacon!
So now let me find out that she freaking clued everybody else in to that freaking key word so that everybody can now.
No.
Okay. Well, a lot of them stay in the background watching, right?
That's true, but they don't know why I'm saying bacon.
Okay.
Bacon. I love to eat bacon.
So when that took place, that was Titan that was there during that event?
Titus.
That was was it Titus that was there during that event?
Yeah. I know, it's kind of crazy.
Wow. So this morning, I don't know if I had just woken up or if it woke me up. So Titus was telling me that I had to say the Lord's Prayer with a deeper voice that would pretty much hit, and it will basically hit a different frequency to do what called in, what needed to be done at that point. But anyhow, this morning I heard Biff. I'm like, whoa. My mind's, I'm like, yeah, and nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm here, and nothing. So I decided to so I think it was Titus and even a couple other ones that was like, how come you can't see? And I'm like, well, I can see. I see between 3 a.m. and 10 a.m. And I also, when my eyes are closed, I see freaking eyes looking at me and things that are shown to me. So this morning, after I heard Biff, I'm like, okay, but no more conversation. But it was like right there in my head. I mean, it like reverberated. It was so close in my head that it was like in my ear. You know? So that was crazy. So then I just started seeing faces coming through through my eyes while they're closed. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know if there's any other specific way that what they mean see. Am I supposed to be seeing like I'm seeing like through my mind's eye, or seeing through my eyes while they're closed, or seeing more while my eyes are open?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me to explain that shit. It just happens to me.
Right. But
I mean, I see people like they're standing in front of me.
Right.
So, I mean, everybody sees differently.
Right. So that was you that came through yesterday to help cross over that little girl, right?
Oh yeah.
That was freaking touching. I don't know if that was you or if that was a different.
No.
Oh, so one of them came up with a very good fucking question, and I figured you would have the answer. So while talking to, I think I was talking to 11. And she was like, and we were discussing all the different parts, and she didn't even care how many there was, but she was like, oh my God. So she started thinking about it, and she's like, well, what if I'm here and something really, really, really bad happens and she has to shatter? What if it's me that's shattering? Can the individual personalities themselves shatter? And I'm like, whoa, that is something to think about.
I don't know.
But isn't that a good question?
That is a great question.
So, I mean, like when you originally...
fracture.
Right.
So the fracture becomes a splinter?
Well, just almost like a cell. You know, when a cell divides and freaking, it just comes into another one. So it would be...
Are they going to like freaking separate me? Jeez Louise.
Right. So I'm like, well, are we aware that is truly only 15? It's like, are you as the original literally kept in the loop as to how many fractions or splinters there are? Because that is a, what did you say? Did you just say no?
I did. I have no idea how many.
Really? So I wonder which one told me 15.
Somebody that knows there's 15 at least.
You're right. Holy shit. So yeah, because if you're not there and you're off doing something else and something else is there and things get too difficult and they want to bail, you're not there to fracture. They're there to fracture. So I'm leaning more towards that they're correct, that they can fracture. So now instead of...
I would just think they would hopefully call in someone who could handle it.
Yeah, but then you have
that
them.
That would be my hope.
Yeah, well, that would be your hope. Wouldn't that be your hope? And way before even getting to 15 that we know of?
Yeah. But I don't know, man. That's a question for the seraphim.
Right. So now, I guess Titus is up there, because Titus acts as if he's buddies with the seraphim. So that's pretty cool. So are you able to call it? Well, are you able to chat with the seraphim without losing your vessel?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried it.
Right? Because you said that was the first time that you ever met the Seraphin when you were in the bathroom that night.
Yeah, that was some freaky crap.
Now, was that
I
actually...
don't dig that shit.
You what?
I don't dig it.
That was impressive. Oh, I don't want to turn your stomach or anything. But so I got this morning, I woke up this morning and everything and go out and I feed the chickens at like 8:30. And I opened up the door. First I opened up the window and they run out, and I opened up the door and the rest run out. And I saw the firstborn of my chickens just standing there with something hanging down from its gut that was red. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I could tell that it was part of like it. And so I go over to it and pick up its stomach was ripped open.
Oh, no.
Yep. And it was the flesh and the feathers that was hanging down all the way to the ground where its feet were. And I'm like, oh. So I laid hands on it. I brought it in the house. It was so comfy and cozy and trusting. I held it like a baby upside down with the belly up.
Mm-hmm.
And I filmed it. And so, I mean, if you look on my timeline today,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually see the hole in the stomach. And so I took scissors and I cut off the extra feathers that pulled off on the flesh, and tried wrapping it in bandage. That didn't work too well. It doesn't stay too good. I'm not going to put tape on the feathers.
Yeah, no.
So that didn't work too good. So anyhow, I laid hands on it a couple times, did some trimming, put it in its own cage, put it out in the mud room, and I gave it food with antibiotics in it. So I'm hoping that everything will work out good. It doesn't get infected. And
how did it get hurt?
I don't know. There's a multitude of ways that it could have happened. One, it could have tried to get attacked by a hawk, and it got away, and then was able to get in there for a sanctity, and I didn't notice it when I locked it up.
Oh, maybe.
Another thing is there are river rats. They could have tried to attack it and take it away because it's smaller. It's a third of the size of the other ones.
Oh,
And then next, it could have gotten attacked by the other ones, saying, fuck you.
mm-hmm. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, because they are vicious when they get become an attitude. Oh my God.
Oh,
And this is here's the kicker about this one. This one's name is Davina. It was actually born either the day of or the day after my cousin Maria's husband died, David. So I'm like, if it's a boy, we're gonna call it David. If it's a girl, we're gonna call it Davina. But the funniest part, I've got it looks like a tub with the back painted blue where they put the statues of Mary in.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
smaller. So
Is that the one?
that's the one that was laid.
Oh.
That's the one that freaking was laid there, and I was making a joke out of it and laughing. And sure as shit, I go out there as an egg and I brought it in and hatched it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you got to make sure that one lives.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm wondering, because that happened right after. When did we just do that waves? That we just did those waves at Battley yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that wasn't retaliation, because you literally said something about retaliation about the 311, and it made you nervous when you were looking it up about an eye for an eye or a death of my brother and stuff like that.
No. Yeah, John 3:11, right?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, they try to fucking find a way to come back at me.
There's consequences.
Yeah, well, I got the consequences messing with my Davina. She was freaking blessed. She's my blessed little girl. And I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, I was trying to see whether she was in pain or not. So there was no continuous bleeding. So that was good. So that was a plus. She was standing upright when I got there, even though her whole guts the flesh was touching the ground where her feet were. So that was not pretty. But when I held her in my arms and was healing her, she just closed her eyes and was all extremely content. So she's not in pain. So my biggest worry is infection.
Right.
and that it closes up his. I mean, it's a freaking gaping hole. It's like, oh God. So yeah, no, I don't know if you check out my profile at all, but if you want, I'll send you the link to it. I'll just so you don't have to go searching my profile.
Yeah, send it to me.
I'll send you the link. I got three different videos of it. I got the first video with it just standing on my sink with it hitting the ground next to it, and then the other one I took.
I'm interested to see if I see anything around it.
Right, right. Most of them are so close. I don't know if you'd be able to see anything around it. Let me see here. Oh, I was gonna try to. Let me see if I can. You're able to look at it while you're still on the phone, right?
Yeah, but I won't. I'll do it later.
All right, then I'll send it to you later. I won't waste my time.
No, you don't have to do it right now.
So, out of curiosity, now that people are literally coming to that place, especially that little girl, is there anybody out there that's looking around or wanting to be crossed over?
It's pretty quiet.
Wow, that was thoroughly impressive. That little girl. We should have asked you. Always tell me shh, and you don't even let me ask any questions. You just shushed me, opened up the fucking light, brought her mother in, and said, "Now go and be happy." You know. You gotta stop. You've got to stop shushing me, girl.
Why? Just let him go.
No, I wanted to know who. But it would be a good idea to find out who on this side helped her. They need kudos. Who on this side sent her there? This little girl was not on your property before that. So somebody sent her in that direction to be helped.
All right.
Are you able? What'd she say? She said her name was Sarah, right?
Yep.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, how creepy is that?
All right. Watch this. And what was her mother's name?
All right, wait. All right, can I call you back?
I was gonna call her in.
No, I gotta call you back.
Bye.
Bye.